Loomis has a long track record of producing some wonderful spey rods. In the late 90s, we made a major effort to study all the different styles and launched the Roaring River series, including 27 different models, boiled down into 3 key families. The very start of spey casting over 150 years ago started with something called grease line casting. It's a long distance belly and you use that full long line to make your cast. And so the grease line series, GLX, is designed with the grease line traditional style in mind. In the later 1980s, the Scandinavian anglers developed a style of casting now popularized by the Scandi technique. We're utilizing a shooting taper line, probably 30 to 40 foot in length is normal with long leaders. And the rods were a little bit shorter and very fast taper. And so we have a series called the Stinger series, GLX Stingers, for that style of casting. And then also in the Pacific Northwest, a style was developed in the late 80s, early 90s called the Skagit casting system, where anglers on the Skagit River in northern Washington use relatively heavy lines plus a sinking tip. Also, they'd be shooting heads or short compacted lines and usually quite large and heavily weighted flies. These rods are a little bit deeper bending, all the way down into the handle. These rods, called the Dredger Series GLX, are tuned in for Skagit casting. So the GLX rods of the Spey all utilize the recoil guides. They have a wonderful high grade of Portuguese cork handles. There's a really beautiful cutout reel seat with a scrimshaw fly embedded into the reel seat. Very nicely done. More new than those is the switch rod family. The switch rods are a smaller, more diminutive two-handed rod, but they're so light you can actually cast them with one hand. So we also offer 3 models of switch rods, well suited to anglers looking for very compact casting conditions and the time when it's wide open, and if you feel like it, you may use it as a one-handed rod. So the GLX Spey rods by G Loomis, we've got you covered. Every G Loomis rod comes with a protective rod case. All rod cases are sturdy and will protect your rod while they're not in use. Unique to all G Loomis fly rods is a fly line identification striping system. It's located just in front of the logo. Fat stripe is a 5, single stripe is a 1, and you can do the combinations. G Loomis has a 30-year history of building rods here in Woodland, Washington, USA. We're really proud of that, and we're going to keep it that way. So G Loomis has you well covered in the world of spey casting.